Hi, welcome back to my channel, Cook With Me, Sabrina B. So if you're new here, on this channel, I'm just simply sharing my journey of living in harmony with nature, going back to the basics, eating what our ancestors were eating whole, minimally processed foods, creating menus that are designed to limit and eliminate food waste. And this is really a great recipe for that. So in this video, I'm just simply making a soup leftover from, I made a beef pot roast, a brisket in the slow cooker, and I had all this beautiful broth left over, and I don't want to go to waste. So I'm gonna make a little vegetable soup. If you've been paying attention to these videos, the last few videos I've uploaded, you can tell that I'm pretty much using the same things. And this is kind of really, I cook with the same stuff all the time. And it has allowed me the opportunity to just be really creative. And yeah, in this video, I want to slow it down a little bit. And I want to show you some knife skills. If you can tell in this video, like for this, with the celery, for example, I sliced it down the center so that I could create little squares. And these squares are about the same size as a carrot. And so cutting things the same size with like the same edges, it's going to have like the same contact surface area with while it's cooking. And it's just going to allow for everything to cook evenly. The way we cut things really has a huge impact on how a dish comes together, the mouthfeel of the dish. And so if you can see here, I'm working in very strategic steps. This is something that I learned in my beginning of cooking days, is that first thing what we want to do is we want to just sort of line everything up on our chopping board. And the first step is to cut everything into these like strips, and then we dice. So here I'm cutting bok choy, but this can be like for Swiss chard or anything with a stalk or a stem. And I'm cutting that much smaller because the textures and the fibers are a little bit more dense. And the leafy part, I'm just cutting a little bit bigger. And as you can see, I'm adding it all to the same pot. I'm cutting things, certain things, different sizes, and this way that it can basically cook at the same time. And so here I just have a sweet potato, and part of this journey of living in harmony with nature is really eliminating food waste and remembering that everything is an energy. So I need to really honor not only my money, but what I'm spending my money on in order to stay in proper reciprocity with the environment. And so it's really important for me these days that I just simply do not waste anything. And I love this. I love not wasting food. It's an amazing feeling. And I love being able to connect to food and allowing, with the intention of nourishing myself and just seeing how that unfolds in all of my life and all of my relations. And so here I'm cooking in a rice cooker. I just started doing this like a year ago. I would have never thought to like cook in a rice cooker. I thought you only cook rice in a rice cooker. So always learning. So here I'm adding a little bit of ghee. I really love to cook with ghee or coconut oil, a little bit of olive oil sometimes. Ghee adds such a beautiful depth of flavor to whatever it is that you're cooking. And I think making a soup, it really helps to like build those flavors in the soup. And so I'm literally just adding ghee, adding everything to the pot. Next, I'm going to add that broth that I have left over. And I'm even adding like the little bits of vegetables that I have. I just simply cannot be bothered. And this is just going to add even more flavor to this soup. And like I mentioned in the last video when I made the slow cooker beef, I also made a little bit of quinoa that I ate with it, and so I don't add it on camera, I forgot, but I do add a little bit of quinoa, about like a cup of quinoa. How do you say quinoa, and yeah, I add it basically right after this. I just didn't put it on camera, and so you can see that I'm adding salt. Don't forget the salt, very important. And you can see that I just added enough water. So check it out. Here's the soup. Enjoy.